Hi guys, welcome to our video here. And so I had just asked you guys to kind of think through identity. And so I'm sure your wheels were turning, kind of thinking of different aspects of what identity is. And so identity is really cool. I mean, basically what it comes down to is it represents like who we are. And so that might be different things that we care about. It might be things that we do. There's whole different aspects of of identity. And so part of how we're going to look through that is we're going to start building what I call identity webs. And so these are just tools to help you guys and myself kind of think through different aspects of who we are. And so let's kind of start digging through an identity web. And so here I've got a piece of paper. I'm going to ask you guys to do this in your sketchbooks, preferably on the first page. And maybe do it with a pencil. I'm going to be doing it with a marker just so you can see it. And so the first thing with your identity webs is you're going to want to start with your name. So my name here, I'm going to give you my first name because it's part of my identity, is Jack. And so it's interesting because that's the first thing I wanted to hit on in my identity web is I feel like my name is a part of my identity. And so I'm going to write name here. And so you're like, okay, why do you consider your name a part of your identity? Well, first thing, my dad named me. Kind of a last minute decision. He names me after a golfer, which I don't golf. My dad doesn't really anymore. Pretty strange. It's also something that many people find unique. Not a lot of ladies are named Jack, and not a lot of people spell Jack like this. And so that's just part of my identity. Maybe you have a story to your name. Another part of my identity, as you might guess, is I consider myself to be a creator. Could put artist, could have put a lot of things. I put creator because I like to create a lot of different things. So I'm going to put art with creator. I'm going to put, I also like to build things. I'm building a patio at the moment. Let's go back to art here, because different art things that I like to do is I like to paint. That's one of my favorite forms. And I like to do ceramics, which is clay. Ceramics, I can add on to that because I also run a business with my ceramics. And so far my identity, I've got creator, name, and different aspects of that. What about other things? For me, I'm gonna put community here. And part of that is my family, my friends, you guys, the school, my church. They'd be friends as well, but you know. What else in my community? I've got fellow artists. So I like to keep a community with different artists. And so I've got all these different things. With my family, you know, we're all in different locations. I grew up in a rural community in the country, but now I live in the city, and so does my sister. And so I'm gonna put rural and city. I've also got my friends, you know, there might be close friends, and I'm gonna put acquaintances. Okay, so those are different parts of my identity. Another part that I consider a part of my identity is I am very active. I like doing things. So I'm gonna put doing things because that is a big part of what I like to do. I also love sports. I can't play them as much as I used to because I got a lot of concussions. And if I get more, it's gonna be really bad. But I like to play soccer and I like to play basketball. So instead of those, I still play some basketball and some soccer, but not as much. So now my big thing is rollerblading. Don't know if it's safer, but it's what I'm doing now. And so I've got rollerblading, sports, soccer, basketball. Another thing I'm gonna put is food. One, love to cook. And I like to experiment with food, not like science, but I like to experiment with different flavors. I like to put bananas on different tacos that I make. You might think that's gross. It's delicious. And so you can see that this is turning into a web. I am also at the school building. You guys don't have those interruptions as much. But so these are different parts of my web. There's other things that you could include that pertain more to you. You see, maybe it's about like your culture. Maybe it's about your specific family. Maybe you like to travel. All these different things that make up parts of who you are. And so that is what we're going to be doing for this identity web activity. And you're going to turn those into me. And we're going to be using these to kind of help formulate our ideas for our projects throughout this year. And so have a fabulous time making your identity webs. I will see you guys soon. Have a lovely time. Goodbye.